Coming to you all the way from Norfolk, Virginia, Go On Podcasts presents The Sexperts.
Beep, 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 beep. Turn on your computer, dial up the web, download some information into your head. It's Dr. John and Delilah, they're having a great time. Data to do, it's simply true, we're the Sexperts.
And we're recording and intro music, and hi there. Welcome to The Sexperts. I am your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, SCPM. That's John T. Alanese, Senior Certified Professional Midwife.
And I'm Delilah Haydair, stand-up paddleboard instructor in Lake Michigan, just outside the greater Chicago area.
Yes. I heard it's going pretty darn well with your old paddle thingy. I didn't know that, people did it. I knew that doggies like to, doggy paddle, but...
That's demeaning, offensive, and uncalled for. I teach human beings how to stand up paddleboard, not swim doggy paddle style.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a celebrity in People magazine doggy paddling?
No,
I think so.
I haven't. Although that could be a trend coming up soon. I have a feeling. I'm
teaching the stars and normal people how to paddleboard.
What stars?
So they can land in their own magazine covers.
What stars live in old Chicago these days? I know a lot of people live in the coast.
I don't know. Have you ever heard of Oprah?
Oprah lives in Chicago?
She comes every now and then. She got an apartment, and I teach her how to stand up paddleboard.
I never get that. We got to get to our topic a little bit. We'll get to that in a little bit. I never understand, the stars have, houses, all over the place. They can never, spend that much time in one place. It's like there's a housing crisis. There's homeless people in the streets. And Oprah has an apartment in every city.
You want to hear something crazy? She has to hire someone to go to her Chicago apartment, twice a week to flush the toilets. Otherwise, it gets a ring of mold around the water level.
I can't imagine the hissy fit.
It's insane.
The hissy fit that Oprah must throw if she walks into one of her houses, in Newport News, and she sees a ring around the toilet. She's like, "Oh my God, there's a ring of mildew." I don't know. I made her an opera singer.
Sounds like you can't imagine.
I thought a lot about it. Okay, we're the Sexperts. I'm sorry, we're getting off track. We talk sex. We've been experts in sex, which is Sexperts, for over a combined 135 years between Delilah and I. Is it Delilah and me or Delilah and I?
Yeah, either way.
By the way, Delilah and I sounds like a great new podcast if you want to branch off. I'm not trying to kick you off of Sexperts. I'm just saying if you want to branch
Exciting
off.
follow-up to Breakfast with Maury.
We're coming to you live every week from different location with a different topic. And right now we are in the Outer Banks of North Carolina.
Yep, I'm scouting out a new location to expand my paddleboarding business.
Yeah, it seems like a little bit of a downgrade to go from Chicago to the Outer Banks, but you got to branch out.
There's a lot of NBA players that got places here in the Outer Banks.
Oh my God.
None of them know how to stand up paddleboard.
You know who hates mildew rings worse than Oprah?
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
you know why?
Why?
He only likes one kind of ring. Championship rings, baby.
All right, listen, we're having a lot of fun with celebrity talk right now, and I want to get to our guests very shortly. But the topic of the week actually has to deal with a celebrity who just passed, so it's a little bittersweet. But this one goes out to the old Bismarck.
Is it more sweet than bitter, or bitter than sweet?
It's more Bismer because the great Biz Markie just passed. Yeah. So our topic of the week is, "Oh baby, you got what I need. You say he's just a friend with benefits," is our topic of the week. You say he's just a friend with benefits. Oh, baby, you. That's our topic of the week. You say he's just a friend with benefits. We're talking about where we draw the line. There's some gray areas of friends with benefits. Is it a lover? Is it a friend? Is it a sexual relationship? We're going to talk all about that.
Is it full benefits or partial benefits?
Yep. I want to get to our guest, though, because we've been two chatty Cathys this morning, afternoon, evening. Let's get to our guest. Hi there. Welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Why don't you introduce yourself to our audience out there? Thank you.
My name is Martin Paxton. I'm the head lifeguard at the JT Fassbender community pool outside of Roswell, New Mexico. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. I some people, we've gotten a lot of letters recently where it's like, you're letting on a lot of mundane guests, and some people might hear like, oh, community pool lifeguard, very mundane. Why are you letting them on the Sexperts? Why don't you go and tell our audience why we should listen to you, a lifeguard?
Well, first of all, I'm the head lifeguard at the JT Fassbender community pool outside of Roswell, New Mexico. And I'm here in order to reiterate the rules of our community pool because no one seems to be following them this year.
Yeah. And that's why it's not mundane is when you think about it, you save lives. And if that's mundane, you can go fuck yourself silly because I guarantee you saving a life is not mundane. I saved somebody in a car crash. You remember that, Delilah. We were on a road trip. To Reno. And right in front of us, a car just flipped over like a fucking transformer, just pounded it and flipped over. And we got the mother and the 2 children out safely.
I gave mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to Oprah's best friend, Gail, in her first and last stand-up paddleboard lesson.
See?
Wow.
Saving lives. So yeah, we'll put out your PSA here. What are the rules of this community? And where is this?
Roswell.
This is the JT Fassbender community pool outside of Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay.
And I'm glad to be talking to 2 fellow lifesavers, professionals. Rule number 1, no running.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
It's you don't need any explanation.
Lifeguarding isn't about saving people, it's about prevention. If you don't run, you're not going to slip into the pool and bonk your noggin.
Yeah. No bonking noggins unless it's for fun.
Yeah, with pool noodles is one thing, but with the side of the pool is another.
All right, so that's like, and just like any rule number 1, like the first of the 10 commandments, that's the most important one. No running.
Rule number 2, you may not use my name in vain. A lot of kids have been running around saying, Martin, Christ. And I find it disrespectful.
Yeah.
And that's rule number 2. We had a sign printed at the beginning of the summer and I had to write this in Sharpie. It became a problem after we had it printed.
I feel for you there. And you know what? Sometimes people sense that you're getting annoyed and they just want to poke fun at you. There's just pranksters, there's tricksters in life. So I bet they do it. I bet somebody said it once, like as a haha joke. And you can see steam coming out of your ears and they're like, oh, let's keep doing this. And like push your buttons. So don't do that, kids. Don't push. He can't be distracted. He needs to save lives and prevent lives.
I appreciate your support.
Yeah.
This summer, it's been a real jungle out there. Mm-hmm. Kids doing as they please and creating dangerous situations in the aquatic environment.
Yeah, we already got a fucking pandemic. Do people have to wear masks while they swim?
They do.
Oh.
We require double KN95 masks at all times.
Yeah, because I imagine the first one gets kind of sloppy, kind of wet.
You got to double up.
What if I have a 1KN 190?
You're not swimming in my pool. That's what's going to happen.
Good job at the math. That's 95 times 2. That's great, Delilah.
Thanks. I only know that because that's all Oprah wears.
Oh, because she's so rich she can afford 190s, which are probably double the price as well. All right. Well, let's before we get into rule number 3 and beyond, Martin, let's get your perspective on. Oh, baby, you got what I need. You say he's just a friend with benefits.
I got a quick question about the rules.
Oh, sure.
How did these rules come about? Were they like communicated to you from like a higher power, or did you find them on the web somewhere and like copy paste, or was this like a group effort with the city council? How did this come about?
Good question.
It is a good question. As the head lifeguard of the JT Fassbender community pool outside of Roswell, New Mexico, a lot of these rules I made up myself.
Oh.
No running. That's a classic.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, sort of came up as needed.
What's one you're really proud of that you came up with?
Ooh.
Sunscreen.
Just sunscreen?
That's it?
Just sunscreen.
Not even use it, just like sunscreen.
That's number 3, sunscreen.
Why are you really proud of that one?
Because no one was talking about it. I had kids out here getting fried up like bacon in a pan.
Yeah.
And all I had to do was sunscreen.
You know what's weird? For some reason, I imagined that the pool was indoors for some reason, but I guess it's outdoors.
No, it's very much indoors. We have big windows on the east side of the pool.
Yeah, so that makes sense where people feel more safe or indoors where they're like, oh, I don't need sunscreen, I'm indoors, you dumbass. But no, you need sunscreen.
And then the parents come in and say, how did my kid get burned at an indoor pool? Isn't it your responsibility to protect them? And therefore sunscreen.
Like you said, it's all about prevention. You're preventing skin cancer.
I like that rule because I'm kind of a writer at heart, and I like how you didn't waste any words. You really edited it down to its essence. And
I've been called the Hemingway of pool rules.
you don't spell it out for people. It's kind of like art. You give them a chance to decide how they relate to that rule, and then you tell them whether or not they were right or wrong.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I really appreciate that. I'm not getting that kind of respect from the pool denizens this year. They're disrespectful, and they don't appreciate the artistry of my rules.
Yeah.
People who break new ground are never appreciated in their own time.
Amen. You know, Kennison, Sam Kennison, great stand-up comedian, not appreciated.
Dr. John and I, in our relationship with our parents,
not
we told them we were
appreciated.
sexperts.
Yeah, not appreciated at all. It's like I came home with a brand new tattoo. Hey, mommy, look at my brand new tattoo. No, not appreciated.
Mom, I taught Oprah how to stand up paddleboard. Shut the fuck up. I'm
washing the dishes.
I'm watching
I'm watching
Ellen.
too.
I'm watching Ellen.
Okay. I didn't get right on any of those guesses. Talk to me about speaking of people who are unappreciated, who is this the community named after? Did you say JT Fassbender? Who is that? Should I know who that is? Is that like a Confederate war general? Who is that?
It's a hero of the Roswell, New Mexico community.
What did he do, JT?
He founded the Roswell military base.
Oh, holy shit!
That was named for, or that was used to study allegedly aliens.
Ah, okay. Alleged. You haven't had any sightings yourself, have you, or like at the pool or otherwise?
Well, that actually brings me to rule number 4. No freeze guns at the pool.
No.
Once a week.
No way.
I have to thaw an Olympic-sized block of ice because one of these little alien kids finds a freeze ray in their dad's garage.
and disclaimer, because there's a lot of political stuff going on. You don't mean like kids from Mexico, little alien. You mean literally like from outer space.
I mean two head from outer space kids.
Holy shit. You don't see a lot of, like in the popular culture, any depictions of 2-headed aliens. I would have never thought that they have 2 fucking heads.
Well, if my screenplay works out, then that will be fixed, okay? I've been working on a new, an adaptation of my novel, which really digs deep into the life of a head lifeguard at a anonymous community pool outside of Roswell, New Mexico.
Wow, you wrote a novel. You really are the Hemingway of pool rules people.
If you like sunscreen,
novel.
You are going to love rule number 1. That's the name of the novel.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. It sounds like seven rules for dating my teenage daughter or whatever that show is. Yeah, that's cool.
I don't mean to get out ahead of the rules, but like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised we've made it to 4 and it sounds like horseplay is still allowed.
Oh,
Cause like, I'm looking for a pool that would allow a little horseplay to catch my drift. Should I be heading to Roswell? Outside of Roswell?
Delilah, the sad reality is that horseplay is so far down the list of priorities at this pool. I wish horseplay was number 1.
wow.
I don't like horseplay. I just can't get to it until number 9.
Yeah, freeze gun is above horseplay.
So
Obviously,
the rules are in order of priority at the current moment.
Yes.
Do you ever have to like reorder them according to the newer priorities? Like
I do. I
rebalancing-
did that with Name in Vain. I had to Sharpie it in.
like rebalancing an investment portfolio.
Indeed, I need to diversify. If you stick too much on the running and horseplay at the beginning, people think that other things like freeze rays are allowed.
Are
They think you
allowed-
don't care.
Do you have a limit on the number of rules? Like, do you have to work within a constraint of 10, or can you add them up to however high you need to go to, really keep people safe?
yeah,
Well, like I said, we printed them at the beginning of the summer.
yeah.
I don't have the budget to print another list. So I'm constrained to the space on the list that is there. It's not a number, it's more of a spatial thing.
Any truth to the rumor that the Roswell City Council's considering real estate property tax hike to cover an electronic rules board for the community pool, such that rebalancing could be done on a daily basis?
Look, we've said this many times today.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into the politics,
Yeah, yeah.
but if safety is your priority, you should be excited to pay an extra $14 at 7-Eleven every time you buy a tank of gas to fund the electronic community pool. We can get daily rebalancing.
Daily rebalancing.
We can get motion graphics. I'm talking GIFs to illustrate each rule. We can get a ticker.
That's the only way you can communicate to these kids today, through GIF and meme.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And so, look, I know people don't like paying more taxes,
Yeah.
but this is about safety.
Yeah.
This is about your children not being frozen into a block of ice. It's for the community.
It's about order. It's about
Yeah.
respect. It's about the code.
Why can't we go back to the respectful days of lifeguarding when the worst thing that happened in my day was that we lost somebody?
But now you
It
got to
was-
deal
it
with
was a
again.
simpler time.
You got to deal with fucking freeze rays like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm more of a sci-fi guy. That should be probably rule number 1.
How long have you been lifeguarding? You look a little long in the tooth.
Ooh, don't say that.
In a good way. Like,
in a good
like
way.
you bring a lot of experience and perspective and wisdom to the
Yeah,
job.
Joie de vie.
I do. I have 14 years as the head lifeguard
Wow.
of the JT Fassbender community pool outside of Roswell, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Before that, I was in the Army as a combat dancer.
What is a combat dancer? I've never heard.
Were you not around for the first Desert Storm War?
I guess I wasn't.
We combat danced our way to Baghdad.
Oh my god.
I was in a secret unit you didn't hear about.
Whoa.
But the reason that war went so well
Yeah.
was because I was out there dancing and kicking ass.
Yeah. Well, I forgot who said it, but really, to win a war, you got to win the hearts of the other side. You got to win the hearts of the people. So, I imagine
I think that was Schwarzkopf.
was it Schwartz? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you know, if you dance your little heart out, and the people love you, they're just gonna fold. They'll be like, I don't want Saddam Hussein anymore because he can't fucking dance, but this guy can.
You know who the greatest warrior in Irish history is, right?
Oh, of course, Michael Flatley.
Billy Elliot.
I'm glad you understand. He's a hero of mine.
Billy Elliot.
Billy Elliot.
You know what's weird? They have a Billy Elliot and they also have a Billie Eilish, and I think that's too close.
And a Billy Madison.
I just,
No relation.
because when somebody's like, "Oh, hey, have you heard about the new thing that Billy L?" and then I'm like, "Oh, Billy Elliot," and they're like Billie Eilish, and I'm like, "Oh no." I guess
I'm
they
like the
don't sound
grown-up.
it. I guess
I'm
they
like the
don't
grown up that the grown up that had to go back to school.
All right, let's get on this topic. Oh, and let's get on to the topic of the day. All right, so, oh baby, you got what I need. You say he's just a friend with benefits, but how do you know? But I'm looking at the you actually. I think you have some work to do. I actually see some kids running behind you.
Is Adult Swim over?
Oh, those aren't.
It
kids.
is not over. It is not over.
The kids seem to be acting like it is.
Okay.
Well, that's how this summer is going. Okay.
I'm so
Put
sorry.
that freeze ray down.
Oh, he's got two heads. He's got two heads. All right. Well, let's get. I'm sorry, we didn't get to the topic of the day. Maybe we'll have you back on. You can talk about baby. He's just a friend with benefits or whatever. All right. Well, yeah, you got your hands full. We didn't get to all 10 of the commandments, but check out your book. Yeah. What plugs do you want? What plugs do you want here, Martin?
Read my novel. It's self-published on Amazon. It's called Rule Number 1. I want you to follow the rules at whatever pool you're at. Hey, give me my whistle back. Give me that back. I'm going to need to go.
Yeah.
This is a situation.
Yeah.
But thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I would like to continue the rules, and please
vote
yes on Community Proposition 421B to increase taxes to get an animated rule board for the JT Fassbender community pool outside of Roswell, New Mexico. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, well, that's it for this Experts. I'm your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, SCPM.
And I'm Delilah Haydair, and I got to go teach Tom Cruise how to stand up paddleboard, and that guy will not stand still.
See you next time.
All right, you got me with poo poo pee pee.
Got it to do it simply true. We're the Sexperts.
Thanks so much for listening to the Sexperts podcast at Go On Podcast Production. If you like what you heard and you want to keep this little show going, then please consider donating at paypal.me/sexpertspodcast or donate $1 a month at patreon.com/sexpertspodcast.